welcome to the Mom's You guys, we're gonna do something a little bit different because I feel like before we start rolling, we actually get like the real great content of the video.
Were we rolling this whole time?
So we're not even rolling, pretend the camera's not there, but today we're gonna do something a little more fun. Do you guys have any updates before we kind of jump into today's episode? Any summer updates that are happening? Fun?
Just football starting, school starting, like it's all starting.
I don't want it to start.
Do you get the itch? Are you excited?
Lame. No.
Walmart already has their back to school shopping. I love back to school shopping. It's my favorite.
I do too. I love buying notebooks and things like that so much. And Braylee does too.
They have cute stuff out too. I love the smell of paper and glue.
It is fun to buy.
But I'm like,
stuff.
Carlie was that kid in school just sniffing the glue in the corner.
Carlie has to go to the principal's office for sniffing glue again. That explains a lot about
what did you shove up your nose?
What? Probably rubber cement, I think. Because it made such good balls that you could make them like a real booger, and I loved and cheese.
And cheese.
The more you know on the Mom's You. Don't judge me.
All little kids do weird things. I shoved tape up my nose in first grade.
Tape? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One day in class and I was doing that.
That's so funny.
Let's do it on the Mom's You. Let's do a challenge. What can you shove up your nose?
No, don't start that challenge.
I used to make fake nails with tape.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Did you guys ever make fake retainers with paper clips? Because you wanted them?
Yeah.
And then when you got them, you're like, oh, I'm so ugly now.
I know Braylee's doing that right now.
I still want them.
I'll make you one out of a paper clip.
I had braces twice.
You did?
Yeah.
My husband still wears his retainers to bed sometimes, and he'll be like, good night, sweetheart. I'm like, I love you. Because it changes his teeth move a little bit still. I'm like, gosh, you are young. He puts his retainer in it, and I'm like, it's kind of hot. You know, you're so young. You're wearing a retainer. But he's always like, don't ever put these on camera, okay? I'm like, I'll just talk about it. I won't show them on camera.
My teeth moved this one, and I had braces twice. Only one time on the bottom and then a full set. And I had them forever.
Really?
Yes, my teeth were
Your teeth are so
mess.
pretty though. Like they're so
So I had one move, and I thought about getting Invisalign to fix it, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. So I just had the dentist add a little bit of white stuff to the bottom of my tooth.
Oh, hey.
You would never know. I feel like that's something that only you would notice.
Well, I chipped it when we were living in LA, and I still was going to the dentist in Utah, so I just filed it with a nail file.
Ow, Kayli.
It's fake. It's a fake tooth.
Nico was chewing on my nail file the other night, and the way his teeth were hitting against the nail file was making me like, We have to keep that in there.
That was my biggest fear. I used command strips.
Listen, we have to use that as the intro of this video. That was wonderful.
Oh, that one
Did that hit you?
Totally. No, it didn't.
I feel like I stopped it slow-mo. I always look for spiders when anytime anybody screams, I'm like, where's the spider?
I heard it.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
That was exciting.
That was really scary. That was my biggest fear. I used command strips to put these on so I didn't put so many holes all over in the walls. And most of them are holding up really well.
Now we're all just a little bit like, so today on the Mom's You, we're
So if you hear any
It's like it's like on Princess Bride when he hears the popping sound. We'll hear it before it falls, so we'll be able to catch it.
We're all about keeping it real on the Mom's You. We're just gonna keep rolling. Moving forward.
Okay, I'm so happy that you're okay.
Save Colette's head. We'll have to play that one back for you guys in slow-mo. You're welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry about my face.
That
It scared me.
So, teeth. We're talking about teeth. What about, are you having any summer updates? Why were we talking about your teeth?
Braces.
Braces.
Gavin might be getting braces.
Really too.
He's been asking me for a month. He's like, when am I getting
Does he want them?
Yes, he wants them so bad.
Braylee does too. I'm like, no, you don't. Trust me, you do not want them. But she has a tooth clear up here.
Really?
Yeah, Cooper's are jacked up. I went in and got x-rays and they were like, he has one this way, and turn. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had to have 4 permanent teeth pulled because my mouth was too small, and Braylee's is seeming that way, but the dentist did say that he thinks that he can spread them.
Yeah.
I had a permanent tooth down on the bottom that grew underneath 2 baby teeth and crooked to the side.
Dentists say they'll find their way out no matter what. It's crazy.
That is weird.
It's talented teeth you got
So
there.
I'm like, I know my kids are in trouble when it comes to teeth. Casey, though, didn't have braces. So
Yeah.
fingers
Neither did
crossed.
Logan. Shay and I both did. I didn't have them for very long, but I did also have headgear.
You did?
Yes, and you know what my mom said? She's like, if you ever wear that out in public. I was like, why, Mom? It's so cool. I just remember feeling like a horse, like it was like pulled around your neck and it pulled like your teeth. So I just always felt like I was like being pulled.
Like a bit on a horse. Ouch.
But I never really wore it that much. It was so uncomfortable.
Part of me is grateful that I didn't, but then another part of me, like, I always have seen the parts in my mouth where I'm like, dang it, I really wish I had braces.
Yeah. If they don't cause you pain, then
Yeah.
braces. Anyways, it's kind of a fun, like, today I just wanted to have more of, like, us talking about kind of the women that we are today because of some of the things that we've gone through. And like, on a lighter note, I was listening to, I can't remember what it was. I think, I found an old, like, remember burnt CDs? Remember how cool it was to, like, make burnt CDs? This is probably way past all your generational time.
Like,
but I thought it was, like, the most, it was, like, God's greatest gift when someone made you a burnt CD. You're like, oh, I have a burnt CD. Or when you could make them. And I found, like, my old high school stack collection of burnt CDs, and I was, like, a thug. Like, all I listened to was rap and hip-hop.
It was your high school, because I remember we competed against you guys in cheer, and all of the girls were, like, little gangsters, and I was like...
What is it with a 208?
Yeah.
But I was listening to the lyrics and I was like appalled.
No, they're...
And was worse that I even knew every single one, like singing along. I'm like, I shouldn't be singing this, but I remember every word. And I was like, how did I not, I guess I didn't realize like what it was. So do you guys ever have moments where you go back to your past and you're like, what was I thinking in high school? Like, how was that happening?
Speaking of music, I've been listening to Pop 2K because I love it. Like, there's just something about listening to old music. It brings back so many memories and feelings, and all of this music. I was dating Casey, so I remembered, like, going and seeing him when he lived in an apartment and I was still in high school, and, like, you know, just all of these fun things. And I was listening to it with Braylee. She hates it. She's always like, please change this. It's terrible. But a song came on, and it was so bad, and she was like, Mom. And it was the same thing, like, why, when I was listening to this, did I not think it was that bad? But my 11-year-old is like, so appalled, like, Mom, I can't believe you're listening to this. And I knew the words, and she was like,
whenever I hear Snoop Dogg, I think of you, which is like not what anybody would think, but like Snoop Dogg comes on, I'm like, think of Kayli, it's her favorite. But I don't know, there's just something about like music in high school, or like, do you ever remember driving with your parents and they'd listen to like a song that they loved?
Yes.
And you were like, what is this honky tonk? Is that gonna be us?
it is me. That's exactly what my kids do. They're like, change this. And I remember my parents listened to a station FM 100, and I was always like, change it. I hate FM 100.
Like, it's the station.
Did
you
your
hate.
parents
It's like,
listen to Classy?
No.
No.
It was like the
not really.
cowbell in the morning.
No.
Whenever I hear a cowbell now, I think of my mom's alarm and waking up, and it just like it brings that instant like, oh, I don't let that feeling,
don't
you know,
want
you
it.
don't wake up and yeah.
That's funny. My dad would listen to bluegrass music. And we would, on every family trip, it was bluegrass music. And I remember going in different phases. Like, sometimes I loved it, and other times I'm like, again? Like, more fiddle? What? But now, like, I'm to a place where, like, it brings back so many happy memories that, like, I love it. But I remember there's definitely times where I'm like, what in the heck are we listening to? But I remember that with movies. Like, I will watch movies now that I'm like, I can't believe my parents let me watch
Dirty
this.
Dancing.
Yeah. Dirty Dancing, I started watching when I was 3.
That's basically
Every single day.
twerking back in the 90s, right? Like, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And now, but it was such a fun, like, cute movie, and now you're like,
Like, I don't think my kids have seen it.
no.
My kids haven't. I was like, oh, they're not watching this.
Not until we can have some more conversations about this.
So now that you guys have girls going into middle school, what are like things that you remember about middle school that make you fearful for your daughters? Are like there
Older
any
boys.
moments? Oh yeah.
Older boys were already having this conversation. Braylee is boy crazy, and she has a little boyfriend that's her age. I was like, Braylee, you're going to see those older boys, and they're going to think you're really cute, and I'm so scared. So I'm just like, right now, telling her, like, you might like them, just please be honest with me. Like, just please, like, talk to me about it. I understand, I was there too. But it's scary that they'll be in 6th grade, and they'll be in the school with 8th graders.
Yeah.
When I went into 6th grade, it was only 6th and 7th. And that's scary enough that 8th graders.
Well, 6th grade is such a hard year because you're pre-teen. You're not even a teenager. And so imagining like your 11-year-old with 13-year-olds going on 14 is just like, it seems extreme. I do think in our area, I don't know if this is the same for you guys, but they try to keep the 6th grade a little bit separated than the 7th and 8th grade. And they have different lunches and they have different floors where they just stay on. But that would be like, are the girls nervous?
Braylee, the good thing about the 8th graders, I was telling her, you're going to like those older boys. And she was like, no, I won't. They have mustaches. I was like, yeah, they do. Stay away.
Creepy mustaches.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
really
terrified. I really, really am. because Braylee looks a lot older than she is.
Yeah.
And she acts a lot older than she is. And I'm just like, have I done everything the way that I should have done everything? And,
No stress. You have to remember, though, it's like, okay, I have to know that they're going to go through some of the things, same things that I did, and maybe some different ones, and I just have to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Because that's how they're going to learn and grow, and it's hard because you know they're going to go through heartbreak. You know they're going to experience, lying to their parents. You know that's going to happen. And so it's like, okay. Just gotta
embrace the worst, hope for the best. Is that, do you guys remember passing notes? Like that was the huge thing where you would write notes, and like I remember my friend, I love her, not the smartest, she like Mod Podge this note together the way she folded it, but she didn't realize that once it dried, like you can't open the note.
Hilarious.
So I still have this note where she was so proud of the way she folded it, but she like Mod Podged it in her art class, and I'm like, I can't ever read that letter. But that was like the cool thing to like fold it and color it and do it cool. And now I'm like, kids
different ways to fold
don't
it.
write letters. They probably text. So are you guys gonna?
So they're probably like, what's the new emoji I can use?
Yeah. How can I make this Mod Podgy? Are you guys gonna let your girls have phones and text, or what are your rules on that?
It's a debate right now for us.
It's still like, we gave Gavin a phone when he went into middle school, and so Avia will get a phone at some point, but it's hard because he wasn't like super excited about it, but she like wants it so bad. I'm like, okay, why do you want it? What are your intentions? What's going on? But it's weird to me because like I still had like dolls I was playing with when I was their age, and so it's just weird to watch them going through this phase of growing up, but it's beautiful at the same time.
It's so fun.
And like makeup, like I couldn't wear any makeup until I was 12, and she's not quite 12. Like she's not going to be old enough in 6th grade to wear makeup. So it's like, okay, well, do we let her earlier than I did? Because I let her got her ears pierced earlier than I did. So I was like, or do I just stick to my guns and just not? Like we're still.
It's so hard when they're so like excited and interested about that. Cooper wants a phone so bad, and I want him to have one in a way because he'll be out playing in the summer, and I know he's in our neighborhood, but I hate that I can't get a hold of him. And I've gotten one of those watches, but his won't stay charged. It doesn't fit his wrist. He like doesn't like having things like jewelry on, so for him that doesn't really work out. I could put it on his backpack, like just clip it around his backpack when he's going to school. But for him to have a phone, there's so many times where I'm like, I wish I could call him. But I feel like every kid is different in this situation, because then it's like, I feel like that pushes the envelope even more. So you get a phone, so then when can I have social media? When can I, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's never ending. I do feel like there are a lot of apps and things that they do now that they didn't have when we were having cell phones, Like you can regulate when the phone turns on and off. Good and bad. No, I mean, either way, good and bad. There have been a lot of moms in the church that I go to that have wanted me to like help them learn about Snapchat because they have no idea. And I just think like as a mom, like we have to be interested and involved in our kids' lives without scaring them away. Because I don't want Cooper to feel like something happens that he's so terrified of telling me that he won't, because I'm like, oh, that would just be the worst, knowing something happened and he didn't tell me. But cell phones in school, I feel like, how do you guys feel about that?
I think I was going to give Braylee one for sure at the beginning of the year because she's older, and I think that's hard with Braylee and Avia because they are in the same grade. And Braylee's almost 12, and it's really hard. So I'm always like, okay, what is Colette going to do? Because they're best friends and they want to do things together. And so I think, that's a conversation that I would like to have with you too. It's just like, what are we going to do? But I also think it needs to be earned. Like I was just going to give it to her, and then one day something happened, and I was like, she has to earn that. She has to earn her right.
It's expensive, and it is a lot of freedom and a privilege.
Trust. It's trust. I want to know, and I do trust Braylee. She's a really good girl, but it's just something that I now feel like she has to earn. And then as far as makeup, I was going to just let her wear makeup. I started wearing makeup at the beginning of 6th grade. That's what my mom said I could do. And so she's been playing with it a little bit, like practicing. Now she feels like she has to wear makeup. And I was like, okay, no, we're not doing this because you're beautiful without makeup. I always want her to feel confident without makeup. And I told her if she feels like she has to wear makeup every day, she won't wear it. She will not wear any makeup. And if she does wear makeup, she can only wear it like 3 days a week. Because I do want her to feel beautiful because of who she is.
Yeah.
And it's really, really hard for Casey too to see her wearing makeup. So
Daddy's little girl.
yeah. And just because she's so beautiful and she's young, and it's just hard to watch them grow up so fast. Like you said, I was playing with dolls too, and I did wear makeup, but I didn't want to that bad.
Yeah.
I just wanted to every once in a while, but we were running to town and it was late at night and she was like, I have to put some mascara on. I was like, no. Okay. Okay, so right now, at this moment, I'm rethinking everything. Like, how am I going to do this? It's also so fun. Like you said, it's such a beautiful, fun time.
Yeah.
I love makeup. I love girly things. And I love that Rayleigh's old enough that I get to share those things with her. It's just balance. Like, it's just like finding a balance. And I'm struggling. I really am. I'm struggling with having a teenager. Or, you know, a little girl who's almost a teenager. It's hard, and I'm not handling it well. And I feel like
It's like you're losing control.
I know, and I'm just like, come back, and I'm just like, my little girl, like I'm ready, but I'm not.
Do you guys think that we live in a different time? I mean, I know that sounds very cliche, and like, well, obviously, because, you know, it's been like only a couple years since we've been in high school, but
Like 2.
But I don't remember the pressure of, I wanted to wear makeup because I loved being like a girl, and I loved having something that was like, it was just fun to take care of yourself in that way, you know, it was kind of like this dress up aspect, but I didn't really quite compensate. Like I know I didn't feel as pressured as like hearing, like, you know, I had that girls' night and had the girls over, just being around my nieces, like I hear them, the way they talk, and a part of me feels like, well, bless their hearts, but that's just kind of like the world that we live in, and they feel that that's what they need. And not saying that you have to be, I think you can be in this world, you don't have to be of the world, but how do you guys balance that as moms? Like, how do you teach them, you know, you don't have to be doing what all your friends are doing or what everybody around you in your grade is doing. Like, how do you guys stay relevant to like you and your daughter's relationship with just what you guys feel is okay for you guys?
I feel like every parent struggles with that. I feel like we've struggled with it because our kids are more in the public eye. Like, I'm very particular about them going to people's houses and like the parents and what they're doing. And like, I find myself getting to this place where I'm like, am I being overly protective? Am I being a helicopter parent, or am I genuinely helping them by doing this? Like, I still struggle with that. Like, what is the right, because you do have to, at some point, have to sit back and allow them to make their own decisions and like give them space to learn things, but still wanting to protect them.
Well, it's scarier when they are in the public eye and when their mistakes are going to be more public or can be more public.
Right.
I was telling Braylee that about having a phone and texting out pictures or doing this. It's not just something that can be spread around the school. It's something that can be spread around everywhere. It's going to go farther because more people know who you are. And so not only are there pressures, normal pressures with having a teenager, there's added pressures with knowing that they could get hurt even more.
Right.
That bad things can happen in a bigger way.
Yeah.
It's really, I feel like I can't give any.
I know, I don't know if I'm like envious that you guys have daughters. I feel like as like looking back, I wish that I just would have had somebody be more honest with me, but also like give them freedom to kind of explore that, because I remember my mom I really liked how my mom did it. She gave me stages of where I could take care of my body. Like I remember in 6th grade I got like lotion and perfume, and she started teaching me about just taking care of your body rather than like making yourself beautiful.
Right.
And then I remember I got to wear clear mascara, which was a huge deal because I had great lashes, but you know, I just still felt like it was something, but it really wasn't changing much. And then lip gloss and lipstick, that was fun. And then in 7th grade, I got to wear actual mascara and foundation, and that was it. But I liked the progression of the stages. But I remember one time I like got into my mom's makeup when she had already left for work, and I put on like a full face of makeup, and I ended up getting made fun of at school. And I remember my mom didn't come down on me and wasn't like, I told you not to, you shouldn't wear. It was like I got my own lesson handed to me. And then after that I was like, I had one of those moments where I was like, Mom, you were right. And she loved that, of course. You know, as moms we love hearing that. We're like, thank you, I knew I was right. But I think that, you know, with girls it's so hard because it's like they feel that girliness, and they feel that like it's just fun. But I think like their intentions are pure, but it's just sometimes I think it's moms, it's hard because they can't see over you know, the importance of what we're trying to teach them. And so, I don't know, you guys do a really good job. You have good girls, and don't give up. Don't feel bad.
I think the scary thing is when I started wearing makeup, it was kind of like just taking care of myself, and it was fun for me. I didn't feel the pressure of my like needing to look a certain way, and that's the thing with Braylee. Like, I want her to want to take care of herself and have fun, but not feel the pressure of like looking a certain way.
Right. Like, why are you wanting to wear the makeup? I liked how you said, like, well, why do you want the cell phone so bad? You know, what are your intentions behind it? Because you don't ever want to give them something. Like, Cooper wanted, it was some kind of baseball bat, and it was ridiculous. It was a baseball bat, and they're expensive, like a Waco something. He's like, well, everybody will think I'm a good hitter if I had it. And it was like, okay, it's one thing to give your kids something that they've worked for or earned it that they really want, but then to know the intentions of like, well, do you really want this, or do you want it for other reasons? But it's so, looking back now in hindsight, like, I loved getting ready in high school, like with your girlfriends, listening to music for dances, and that was fun. But now as an adult, sometimes you guys just feel like, oh, I have to put on real pants today, and I put on real makeup today.
Sometimes I feel guilty because I really like wearing makeup. Like, that's my time, and I enjoy putting it on, and it's not because I feel like I look better or anything like that. It's just something
like
that I
craft.
enjoy. I really like putting makeup on, and I feel like maybe I'm sending the wrong message to Braylee. Like, I really worry about that sometimes.
I guess, because we do the videos, obviously, and like when we started doing them, I felt like I needed to wear makeup every day. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be on camera, I have to wear makeup every day. And then I finally just gave that up. And I feel like the kids, they see that, that it's like, okay, yes, when I'm getting ready, I put makeup on, but I also have times where we go out to the store and I don't have makeup on and my hair's up in this crazy messy thing. And
those are the best days. And
like, if you can like just relax and be happy with yourself, I think they can see that, even though you wear makeup. Like, I don't think you're sending a wrong message, because like, you definitely don't have to put mascara on to go to the grocery store. But like, if you were sending that message to her, like, I can't be seen without this stuff on my face, then
so if you guys were to give other moms advice, just to start wrapping this up, about your daughters want to wear makeup, they want to take care of themselves, they want to feel beautiful, and like, they're at that age where they are taking care of themselves, because right now Cooper could care less if he's worn the same underwear for 5 days.
How about this? Gage wore a
showers.
shirt one day and then just turned it around and wore it backwards the next day.
Yeah, boys are so different. I'm like, I could pay Cooper to shower, and he like will think about it, like, oh, $5, do I want to shower? There's flies around. So like, what would be your guys' advice, or even for yourselves or whatever, for moms going through this? Your daughter wants to feel like she's at that time in her life where she's aware of her body, she's aware of, the way she looks and how she's presenting herself. How do you find that balance of letting her explore that and, kind of letting her grow into her womanhood, even though they're so young, but it kind of is, headed down that direction, and then also not letting them into too much too fast? Like,
I think communication. I think that's the answer in so many things, but when Braylee wants a phone or wants to wear makeup, just making sure that I'm honest with her and communicating my point of view, but also listening to her. She wants to be heard, and I know that, and I want to always keep that relationship. So I just think communicating and being honest and listening. That's what I would say.
I guess I feel like I'm not qualified to give advice because I haven't been through this stage full on yet and been on the other side of it, I guess I could say. But I guess in giving advice to myself, I would say that too, like, communicate and just listen. Even if you, like, I have a hard time sometimes not wanting my point to be across so badly that it's like, I'm not hearing you, I'm telling you. It's like, okay, just sit back and listen, process it, and try to get in her shoes, and then I can tell her my point of view, and like, we can go back and forth, and we can agree to disagree. Like, teach her that, like, it's not only a lesson in wearing makeup, but it's a lesson in like, how do we
it's a bigger thing than
come to a bigger agreement here.
And that's so hard to teach kids, that there really is a bigger picture, to like, because it is makeup, and then what's next, what I'm saying? And so I do think that the whole beauty industry is like a slow trickle of just keeping it in balance. And that sometimes, like, even for me, I can find myself being ridiculous. Ulta sometimes, ridiculous. I have
Like,
bags
how many
of
lip glosses
lipsticks.
do we
Yeah,
need?
like,
Yeah.
do I really need all these? But there's just that part of me, the inner, and I don't even want to say, like, I feel like you have to be so careful with your words these days, but there's just like this inner part of me that does love buying makeup and perfume and shoes, and I don't know where that stems from. I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, there could be much worse things that I'm spending my money on, but I feel like there's a way to embrace it and support it in a healthy way, but not too young. So good luck. You guys are doing great, though. Sometimes I
Was
think
that
I
the
want
direction
daughters.
we wanted it to go. I don't know. We're like, here we go.
Well, this has been fun just to talk about, like, you know, old good memories in high school music. We've talked about so many things. Hip hop. I made a confession. I love hip hop music. I don't really listen to it as much anymore. Remember when I was obsessed with Nicki Minaj, and now when I hear her songs, I'm like, change it. This is terrible. Maybe I've finally grown up. But anyways, you guys leave some fun stories down for us down in the comments below. If you guys were like me and you love the hip hop and now you listen to it and you're like, oh, what am I listening to? Or if you have any advice, moms out there, for these lovely moms that are facing their preteen, you know, the preteen stage. And if you guys are kind of relating to this, just know that your parents love you and that they're doing the best they can. And makeup, just wait, because there's going to be one day where you're not going to want to put it on. Wait as long as you can. We love you. Thanks for hanging out in the Moms U, and we will see you next time.
Bye.